What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Magic. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Ulysses. These are the games we want to see. These are the games at the tippity top level, vying for that top prize of best player on the ladder. So I'm excited to see how these games are going to go. Ulysses here, obviously, one of those players that I think a lot of people believe he is, well, I mean, he's at least in the top 5 of players, but a lot of people like to say Ulysses is one of the strongest. From a pure mechanics point of view, he's incredibly fast. His micro is really, really good. He's got very precise mouse movement. There are some things that when I watch Ulysses' gameplay, I'm like, man, if he cleaned that up, he would be absolutely terrifying. But I'm excited to see what he's going to come up with here. Don't get to see him all too often on the Isis, so expect to see something maybe a little bit off meta, so to speak, for the Isis here. I would be excited to see him pulling something interesting here in this game. We'll see what he's going to go for. Obviously, he could go for the Ancestors Eclipse timing push, but he is up against Magic's Hades here, so that might mean that timing push is a little bit no-go zone type thing. But we'll see what's going to happen here for Magic, who's playing Hades. We've been watching a fair few Magic games over the past couple of weeks, and it's amazing watching a player like Magic leave, come back, and in all honesty, the trend of AOM of RTS level on games as it goes older and older and older, as it gets older and older and older, is the trend is that the average player base is getting stronger and stronger, which means for a player who is a top player 5 years ago, to come back, they can't just be at the old level. The old level is not going to be enough for them to be winning against the top players. They actually need to get stronger over those 5 years. And the thing with Magic is he's not playing RTS games. He is playing Age of Empires 4. So he's not rusty from an RTS point of view, but he would be rusty in terms of strategy in Age of Mythology, in terms of up-to-date build orders, and any sort of tricks that might have been learned over the past couple of years, he would not be privy to. But I'm excited to see how he's going to approach this matchup. Hades, obviously one of those gods that I think a lot of people still believe right now is actually one of the strongest gods, if not the strongest god. Vibu Balance Patch 6.0 did hit Hades ever so slightly in terms of the, obviously the Toskopos was hit, the Hades Shades was hit, the Chiron was hit. I believe that's all of it. So Hades has still got a lot of that core strength, though there's some things that are really going to slow him down, as we see Magic taking a little bit of a slower advance here, getting out his Ajax just in case. Ulysses, on the other hand here, he's also going for a slightly slower advance. It kind of looks like he went for a 330, didn't quite have the resources for it, and instead got like a 340-ish, roughly, maybe a little bit earlier than that. But he is looking like he's going to go for a town center. Isis, on the other hand here, Isis was handed a slight nerf and a slight buff. So Isis was seemingly doing, well, I mean, Isis overall was doing pretty poorly, but was doing too well against Norse and against Atlantean in tournaments. So Isis was actually hit in terms of what was making Isis too strong, which was the Anubite was just getting too much value. But Isis was also struggling against Greek in a big way and against Egyptian in a big way. Part of the reasons for this is the early game was getting a little bit weird by placing these obelisks down at 10 gold. So they got pushed down to 5 gold so that Isis can get the scouting information she needs, and also do a good build order, get a good advance time here. Obviously, we are seeing that the town centers are getting grabbed here, and also Ulysses didn't quite get a clean advance time here anyways. But he's got a monument. He's got his town center coming up. Everything is good here. Magic at this moment here does have that Ajax out. Was grabbing relics. Gets the toothed arrows. That's going to be a really, really big help here for Magic moving along in this game. Because he's going to have a lot more arrow fire. What was the nerf to Anubite's 5-second recharge time nerf. So instead of 5 seconds on the jump, it's now 10 seconds on the jump, which does mean that Norse players and Atlantean players alike will have a little bit of an easier time dealing with them. Like Egyptian players and Greek players have got the ranged hero shooting at 6 track rating, which means that they have no real problem with Anubite jumping in and jumping out. It's going to die if it decides to run in there anyways. But yeah, the Norse players and the Atlantean players were the ones really struggling there. So hopefully that helps out that matchup a little bit. And also the Anubites should still be usable in those matchups as well. Just have to be a little bit more skillful with them. But we'll see how things are going to go. As Magic, he's got himself 2 town centers. He did go for the 4 town center. This is something I generally advise against when playing against Isis, unless you're planning to go for 3 town centers and just planning to sack this against an Ancestors Eclipse timing and then push back afterwards. But we'll see if that's Magic's plan here. Reason is it's just really close to your opponent. Your opponent's going to be sitting here. He's got Hunt underneath his town center on this position, so you're not really going to be able to pressure that. You could pressure this position. You could pressure up here. The Chiron and Ajax not really doing anything at this moment, so Magic's kind of forgetting about that. Upgrade-wise, he does have Hand Axe, Pickaxe, no Husbandry just yet, but he's going to go for that pretty quickly. I imagine we do have Pickaxe already through for Ulysses, so going for a bit of a boomy fast heroic here as the armory coming up. 2 villages on that one. A little bit odd to see that, but we'll see how it's going to go. Generally speaking, a 2 town center fast heroic with good hunt would probably allow the Isis an 8-minute advance time here, but Ulysses gets himself some walls up, and he's not just doing a naked rush to the heroic age, instead taking it a little bit slower and making sure he's going to be nice and safe here on his hunt. There's still open over here, so if Magic had scouted this out, which he has scouted it out, he could send the Chiron forward, which he's now finally doing. He could send the Chiron forward and around onto this location here and harass that and really get a lot of good value done early, but not happening just yet as Magic runs through. Gonna have to sneak around this forest to get some pressure on as now Magic's got some units out. So we'll see how that's all gonna go as Ulysses here starting to get himself very, very close to that next age. This hippo's got a little bit of food left in it, but Ulysses will have to pull off of this one. The Pharaoh gets bumped a little bit here. He's got to empower that, garrison the villages, as he does manage to do so, and he gets the food, and he will be able to advance, and going to be very happy about just jumping onto wood for the time being. Does he have himself a lumber camp? Yes, he does. Does he have himself husbandry? No, husbandry hand axe. No. Prosperity coming down with 19 villages on the gold. No shaft mine, as I love to say, shaft mine is a really, really important thing for Isis players to have. And one thing you'll notice here from Ulysses, he's just going to have a lot of gold in the bank. Now, if his plan is to drop a Migdol stronghold and a town center as soon as this prosperity ends, I got no problems with this prosperity usage. But if he just sits here floating 1,000 gold in the bank for no good reason, then I start having problems with these sorts of prosperities. Especially because you can go for like a 30 villager prosperity or something like that. Anyways, Magic coming in does manage to push the villagers off of the water buffalo here, as Ulysses struggling a little bit for food. He does have some rhinos over here that he can move up to if he so chooses. With the army on the bottom side here, it might be worthwhile attempting to put a Migdol stronghold on this position here to secure this large gold mine, which would be a really, really strong placement for that Migdol, as he does throw that one down. Still no town center coming up. The army is in position to move down here and grab this one. As you can see, Ulysses, he's just going to be floating 1,000 gold, throwing a marker down potentially to even trade some of that gold away early here. Minotaur getting sniped down. Siege works coming up on this position. A couple of villagers still getting sniped down here by Magic as he is grabbing himself the 3rd town center over here. A couple of military buildings up as well around this location. Even more than this is going to be really, really important. As you get more villages, you need to consistently throw down more and more military buildings to support that. But the question is, does Magic even want to stay here in the Classical Age and Pump units? Or should he actually be thinking, maybe go Heroic Age here? Those are the questions. We see Chariot Archers, Ulysses, still floating 1,200 gold in the bank. This is what I'm talking about. This is all from prosperity. Every little bit of that is from prosperity. He could have maybe 400 gold in the bank at the moment without using prosperity, maybe even less, and still be pumping units out. But double siege towers, it does look like Ulysses at the moment is going for a timing attack. His market is up. He can buy wood. He can buy food for a little bit here if he so chooses. Or he can obviously drop a town center and keep going like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it's all going to go here, as with the double siege towers here, also cavalry, and now we finally see the town center coming up for Ulysses. So a little bit of ordering there, a little bit odd if you ask me, but Magic here, he's ready to go to the next stage. He doesn't have an armory up just yet. Is he building one? I don't see any armory coming up just yet. Still putting pressure on. Does still have restoration, trying to pressure these villages and just cause problems for Ulysses so that Magic can kind of get himself into a position where he can defend anything that comes his way. Is the idea here. As much as he can slow down Ulysses, the better. Ulysses now at 99 of 136 population. Still a little bit more necessary here, as he's about to have 5 siege towers out, with this one being the 5th coming out of that siege works there. Possibly going to be the time he wants to attack. 40 favor in the bank with no scorpion men here as well. Probably a slight mistake there. Definitely needs those scorpion men to put the pressure on, as the cavalry pushing out here, and Magic here. Restoration already being dropped as Ancestors Eclipse comes down as a reaction there. Magic needs to be thinking about retreating here. I'm not sure what the plan is at this point. He's going to be losing all of those Toxotes. This is a really, really bad fight to be taking for him. Underneath Town Center Town Center fire from that Town Center as well there. And all of Magic's units are going to be falling. Magic will be getting himself some Hades Shades here to pump back out. He's only got himself the 3 or 4 military buildings here as well. There's a couple more military buildings going to be coming down. And Ulysses is ready to start pushing forward. Now's the better fight to be taking underneath Sentinel fire, Town Center fire, Defender's advantage as well, as those siege towers pushing straight through here to try and take out the Town Center. Ulysses is in full steam ahead, as the villagers popping out here attempting to shank down these siege towers. We'll see if he's going to be able to manage to do that. Magic now down to 95 of 145 population, losing all of those units there for taking that fight. Big mistake from Magic, as Ulysses is going to have a serious advantage here, but whether or not he's going to be able to take this Hades Town Center down with 5 siege towers or not remains to be seen. It's going to be close, as a couple of these are very, very low HP. The villagers attempting to repair this one back down, but it looks like they're going to be too slow here. Enough siege towers to take out the town center. Magic is going to have to retreat back here and start thinking about how he's going to be able to make a comeback in this game, because he's lost this position. He's not got the gold income to support his production at this moment, and Ulysses is pumping some mercenary in here at the moment. He started the trade route at the bottom for the time being here, as spearmen are joining in on this fight as well to start helping with taking out those medium hippocon there as well. As the stable's getting taken down, the archery range getting taken down, and Magic has to pull full back in. Now, how many villages did Magic lose is the question. He's still making villages out of this town center, so he's definitely not at 80, which he probably should be at the 13-minute mark. Ulysses, on the other hand, he's still producing some villages as well, so he's not at 80 either. So both players kind of not in their fully boomed state just yet. Now, you have to also remember, Magic does still have a heroic age timing of some sorts remaining. He's also snuck this hunt over here. This is really, really sneaky. Ulysses here does actually know there's a granary here. He could move over there and check that one out, but if you think about it from Ulysses' perspective, assuming there's going to be villages there and checking that, you just think there's 0% chance there's villages there. So Magic is just playing the mind games a little bit there by leaving the villagers on that location, as all these military buildings are going to be going down. Magic going to be needing to pump even more things out here. He does have the Apollo coming through, so not going through Aphrodite. There is a world where an underworld attack on this back town center could be a way back in. This town center isn't in range of water. This town center isn't in range of water either. In fact, no town centers are. But with their villagers on this position, a fortress coming down on the back here with Aphrodite to timing attack back. Well, not even a timing attack, just attack back with that gold power. Could be a way forward here to take that position back here for Magic. As is always the case, Hades is never out of the game. Hades at 2 town center versus 4 town center is never out of the game, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be careful to not fall victim to shenanigans. And with the villagers back here, lots of shenanigans are possible. Sneaky archery ranges into Gastrofidi. Earthquake also available as an option for Magic to utilize to try and get back that town center, trying to snipe villagers down here with those Hippocons, still those siege towers. They're going to be pushing forward here as Magic. He's going to be under a lot of trouble here. I imagine he's going to throw a market down straight away and try and get to that Mythic Age. But he's got a ways to go here, ladies and gentlemen, as the villagers sneak down. 13 villagers down here. Does Ulysses notice this or not? Those red dots there are... okay. Shanking the mining camp will give this one away, as Magic does decide to drop the storehouse down. Ulysses not paying attention on that minimap for those red dots there, as he's going to be pushing forward. The chariot archers now decide, all right, time to go and deal with that. And this will mean that Ulysses probably can't put pressure onto this front here, which will give Magic the time to get to the heroic age. And Magic deciding not to go through Artemis here and Earthquake this position to try and take it back, instead going for the Hephaestus. He's got only one villager on the temple at the moment, so he will have that quick armory upgrade available to himself, as the heavy Hippocon are pushing forward now with chariot archers coming in to take out these villagers that are just going to try and mine as much of that gold as he possibly can here. Magic also missing a house as the siege tower managed to take that one down. And these heavy Hippocon, without having access to Spirited Charge, these heavy Hippocon are a little bit weaker than the Hermes, Zeus, or Poseidon Hippocon, as Underworld Passage there to keep the villagers alive. This is a really, really weird Underworld Passage. Yes, he would have lost the... yes, he loses the villagers if he doesn't do this, but I'm not sure how important those villagers really were here. With Magic now about to hit Hephaestus, he'll have the Plenty Vault. I mean, he's also going to be able to return back over here at any point, as Ulysses isn't close to that one with anything there. So, I mean, there's still that advantage. We'll see what Magic's going to do. Does he have himself a fortress? No fortress up, so no possibility for those really, really strong Heliopolis out straight away, which are going to hard counter those heavy chariots there. Still no Isis Monument here, so any attempt to block that wouldn't really have been the case here. Plus Ulysses, he's got 2 monuments. You could Earthquake the back. You could Earthquake over here on this side here. Lots of different spots for an Earthquake. Isis Monument protection got nerfed to oblivion in one of the Voobly Balance patches of old. It's actually quite small. Something like, I would guess it's about a screen length here. Maybe this big. Can't actually check it because Magic doesn't have any god powers to check it with. But anyways, Magic now going to be pushing back. Ulysses has to pull away. He is going through Osiris. We do see some walls coming down here as Magic wants to put a stop to this trade route. There is a half-decent trade route available up on this spot, moving down to this town center here, or even over from this spot here to this town center over here as another option. As the wall's coming up on both sides there. So now we've got the Colossus starting to wander forward, going to be attempting to take out Ulysses' town center on this spot. But with the Osiris in, that means also a mummy as well as the Son of Osiris is going to be in. Magic at this point starting to get himself those armory upgrades. Bronze shields coming in, copper weapons, copper mail. Very, very cheap there, but he shouldn't be taking these fights until he has the upgrades. Why? Because he's just going to be having to spend more and more resources on military units rather than taking these fights here with a really strong unit. So, I mean, he's not going to have the resources to get those upgrades. It's just the problem. As we also see some docks already up by Ulysses here as well. He's controlling this center very, very nicely, but he has swapped that market over onto this spot here. So nice play there as the mummy going to come through. Ulysses not paying attention here. Could have sniped that Colossus down. Probably will figure that one out fairly shortly here. I'm not sure what he's focusing on. Maybe on trying to take out the Underworld Passage over here, as the village is going to be repairing this one up. As Magic still retreating over to the large gold mine. Going to attempt to take some of that out, but with the Son of Osiris and everyone else attacking it, not going to be able to stay alive there. Does Magic have himself a fortress just yet? He is throwing that up on this position here. Also, Perseus coming out as well. Going to be able to snipe down any sort of Scorpion Men or mummies even as well in one shot with that one. He's sitting at full population here as the full bronze coming in as well as iron shields. Ulysses, on the other hand here, the hardest part about playing 4 Town Center Isis in this spot for Ulysses is going to be how does he get his armory upgrades going? He doesn't have full population at the moment. He's got 192 pop max because he's got fortified town centers. He is getting some armory upgrades coming through. His trade route is incredibly weak here, so he's wasting a lot of food on that trade route, which is going to take a long time to pay itself off. So this underworld here from Magic has actually been incredibly useful in this game. But we do see an attempt at some walls coming in here from Ulysses as the villager's going to come over here and put a stop to that. As Ulysses wants to get that trade route prevented here, but Magic too quick on the defenses there. Needs to get his own walls up over here to defend this one, which it looks like he actually does have, but maybe there's an opening here or something. As Magic's still trying to push forward. He can get himself those iron upgrades as well, but the Son of Osiris still sitting in there being very strong. Any attempt at a side build pushing it up here would be really good in archery range, getting some Gastrofidi, Fortress, any sort of buildings coming through here for Magic's going to be really important. As the Hippocon moving up onto this spot, trying to take out those camel caravans and everything else there. Villagers getting pushed back as well. As the chariot archers trying to break through over here. Son of Osiris getting some good damage done from afar. He has to be careful. Ulysses has no reason to really be fighting here, in my opinion. Oh, and he gets the Underworld Passage kill. This is really good. Ulysses has no reason to be fighting because all he needs to be doing is thinking, I just need to get myself 2,000 resources, roughly, in excess to buy myself all my bronze upgrades, all my iron upgrades. And then sitting 4 town centers to 2 town centers is enough for him to win this game. But he obviously still has the population advantage in a big way. It's like 52 population that is in front here because he's got 4 town centers and the ISIS bonus. But we'll see if Magic can pull his magic out. The thing is, he will be running out of gold really soon. He didn't get the villagers through onto this location through the underworld. So this is his last gold mine as Ulysses is controlling everything else. Siege towers are a great answer to Heliopolis. Look at the damage that it does. That's a big amount of damage onto that Heliopolis here. It's really big. This is the secret to playing against Hades, is getting siege towers, getting siege engineers through to deal with these Heliopolis. It means that the Hades player can no longer go for Archer's Heliopolis, which is what they want to do. They actually have to make themselves Colossus to deal with the siege tower, or make themselves Prodromus / cavalry / hoplites to shank down those siege towers. Really smart play here from Ulysses, as he's showing that that's a possibility here. And we do see some archery ranges out here. Magic needs to make sure he's got himself Burning Pitch, which he does have, to make those Gastrofees and get the damage done. He also needs to get some walls up here, as Ulysses' town center here is getting repaired back up. Walls are important. Towers as well, probably first on this spot, and then walls. The walls give away his position, though it's already been spotted that this is in there. As Ulysses still holding over here as well. The Toxotes, they are doing a good job of taking down those champion chariots. You'll see still sitting at full population. He's got a lot of those camel caravans. 38 gold a piece on that one, as the Son of Osiris is going to be dealing with the Colossus, as it's going to be retreating away from said Son of Osiris to find a gold mine to eat, keeping itself alive there. As Magic pushes forward, trying to take out those laborers as well. How many resources in the bank here? Magic's got a lot of resources here. We do see there's that sentry tower talking about. Watchtowers will also come through very quickly. Magic does have full iron here. Ulysses has got nearly full bronze, but I mean, he can start getting, he's getting himself the Burning Pitch. Not the most important of upgrades for Egyptian, because you don't have any crush damage dealing archers, but it will make his chariot archers a little bit more scary. It gives bonus damage versus buildings is the only real thing. As the Colossus is going to come in, try and take down the watchtower and take out this forward position here as well. And now we're starting to see those gas graffitis coming through for Magic. He needs to get walls up here as well. With only one villager on this spot, it's a little bit difficult to do. He could throw a dock down, get a transport ship or something, and sneak over here onto this spot. Would be a sneaky way to try and pull his way back into this game here. As the villager's going to shank through the wall. One very important thing here for Greek players, and not just Greek players, but everyone, is to get that stone walls upgrade so these villagers take a lot longer to shank through. But smart move to kind of break through on that spot, as we do see a gas graffiti is starting to move in, get that damage done. But towers are up. Doesn't have crenellations just yet. In fact, not researching it either there. As the Son of Osiris getting some good damage done to the Colossus, trying to break through onto this fortified town center. Just the one gas graffiti does a fair amount of damage there for the population there. As the Son of Osiris getting taken out, Hippocon trying to chase that one down as well, down to 180 HP here. As the villagers have snuck through, getting some watchtowers in. Very smart here from Ulysses. Kill off one corner. You really slow the Hades down here. Really great raid from Ulysses after the pushing has been done, as the villagers going to try and push through here as well. Town center getting very low here as the villagers come through, shank down the gas graffiti. Unfortunately for Magic, does not manage to get that one in. As the villagers going to start shanking this down, we do see some of those mercenary cavalry coming out. Ulysses' resources incredibly low at the moment here. As the town center getting close to falling, Mummy comes through to take that one out. Will it be able to go down here with these villagers? It looks like the answer is not just yet, as the villagers able to repair this one up with everything else there. We see the villagers coming over here. Hippocon coming through as well. The villagers need to get in and rebuild that wall there as well. Looks like no towers are up and Magic gets to survive another day. But same too for Ulysses here. He keeps the town center alive with a little bit of HP there. We do see a Heliopolis rolling in here to try and take this one out. No upgrades on that one just yet. He's only got the one fortress, so upgrading siege engineers can be a little bit challenging there. Wait, how did he kill that? Did he delete it? Oh no, one gas graffiti maybe? As the Son of Osiris does manage to get taken out here, and Magic at the moment is fighting back in a big way here. If he gets this town center up, that's going to be a really tough time for Ulysses. Ulysses now will be mass trade on 3 town centers, 169 population, but that means that he's not going to have to produce the unit, so he will be able to afford his armory upgrades to some degree. As the watchtower is coming up for Ulysses in an attempt to hold this position. And now Ulysses has to think about how else can he put pressure on. A dock here, transport ship to sneak into this location here as well. Towers coming down on that spot would be really good. We do see the settlement trying to come back up, but gas graffiti are still going to be coming through from here for Magic. You have to assume, as one does come out, can just right click on that town center to prevent that from coming up at any point. As the spearman trying to hold here as well. Potentially Ulysses needs to go into elephant or something at this point as an idea. He just doesn't have the resources. In fact, his villagers here just aren't that good. As we see a market getting repositioned now, as Ulysses is like, why don't I have any gold? It's because your market is terrible. You could also come over here and put a market in this corner for an even better trade route, or at least kill off these walls and try and secure that bottom corner. The town center is attempting to come up, but the gas graffitis, they are up, and that's going to put this one to sleep here, as the Heliopolis coming back in yet again to try and take out this position, can take out those towers and everything else here. Ulysses is still sitting at a very healthy full population, and now he's, wait, was that full iron? He's nearly full iron, still doesn't have his iron weapons just yet, but he's going to be in a strong position. Those mercenary cavalry are going to be doing a good job here. They do die really quickly though. They've got about 15 seconds of life here to get damage done. I think it's 15 seconds, is it? Is that right? Okay, a little bit less than that as they reach this position here. So a little bit less than 15 seconds before they die, which means, I mean, this is not the hardest position here for Magic to fight back. All he needs to do is get some towers up, and he's going to be in a good spot here. As we do see a Chariot Archer attempting to make its way through here as the walls get broken down. Magic going to be rebuilding his walls over here. And some some Hades Shade's going to be defending that position there. As we do see coming into the main base here, Magic is not done. He's like, okay, I've killed the town center. Let me attack in the main base. Taking down some houses will equalize the position. But Magic now pushing over here. He still needs to be preventing this town center from coming up. The Gas Graffiti will be putting a stop to this one, but he needs to continue putting pressure everywhere. Houses falling here. Ulysses at this point not recognizing this. I don't see him rebuilding those. There's the houses coming up. So he does recognize that it's happening, but now he needs to build mercenary out of this spot here to defend his main base there as the Pharaoh is back in and Ulysses gets his town center back up. Magic a big blunder. This was Magic's best opportunity here to make a really big comeback in this game, harassing the main base, harassing this town center over there as well. And we'll see how things are going to go as the siege works. Going to get taken out. We do see the siege tower rolling through here as the villagers going to start shanking down onto this one. That siege tower still getting some really, really good damage done over there as well. And now the main town center is going to be the one that's going to be under a lot of pressure here as Magic picks off another house over here. Ulysses, he's on 4 town centers, but he's basically less than 3 town centers worth of population because his houses just keep falling here. And this is every opportunity that Magic needs to win. But the thing is, Ulysses has got that free population in terms of mercenary here, but it looks like he's not building them at the moment. Also, Magic could also go into a whole bunch of Colossus here. He is building them into his temple for the time being here. Trying to take out that mummy there as it will end up falling. And it looks like Magic's kind of side build has been dealt with here. So Magic is on this position here, and this is going to get dealt with relatively quickly as well, with only 1 villager here to build towers and the like. As a dot coming onto this position here, Magic sees, well, if I come over here, I can put a stop to the trade route as well as the option here. And maybe Ulysses might want to just consider, what if I just build a wonder at this point? A wonder back here could be an option. His trade route is still really, really bad. 48 gold. I mean, it's not awful 48 gold, but it's not good compared over to Magic's trade route, which is sitting with 129 gold, so significantly better. As we do see Ulysses getting himself some war barges out over here, going to try and clean up those towers and everything else. The siege towers coming through. We also see a transport ship is out for Magic here with an attempt to push in onto that location. There is the catapult getting taken down. Heliopolis rolling through to try and take out this position as well. The army of Magic not really being controlled here in the slightest as he tries to break through there. As buildings getting taken down, Migdol strongholds trying to come up. An easy solution to this would be some elephants, champion elephants to break through, can take out those gas graffitis really, really easily as the town center now starting to get targeted down. There's a lot of chaos being caused by Magic at the moment with very little amounts of population here. He's got 30 population in the bank here to be spamming something out, but it looks like he's not really sure what he wants to produce here, just making the gas graffitis on this main town center almost going to be able to take it down. As we do see the mercenary cavalry coming out, unfortunately the guard towers aren't really in position to help out here to take out those mercenary cavalry there, so Ulysses will be able to hold for the time being as the siege tower is taking down this position as well here. And Ulysses, I mean, he's still struggling for resources, but it's slowly starting to climb up here as the Heliopoli going to be able to deal with those champion chariots on the front. Lots of Heliopoli coming through there. How many? He's still only got the 1 fortress. This is something he probably needs to do, is just take all his villagers off of food, put them all onto wood, though he's running out of wood in his main base here. In fact, I think he's got a very small amount of wood left in that main base. That does have this one, but just pull everyone onto wood, pump out a bunch of fortresses. Doesn't need food anymore because he's not producing anything with food here at the moment. As the gas graffitis garrisoning into these towers. I like that move to take out those mercenary cavalry here a little bit easier. As the siege tower is pushing through here as well, going to be breaking through these walls. Ulysses is going to be getting himself a Secrets of the Titans technology right now, or age up to try and make himself a Titan gate as well. As Magic still trying to fight his way back. The never give up, never surrender attitude here from Magic is incredibly good to see, because I think a lot of players would give up in these sorts of situations, down 4-2 town centers. But you know that the Hades just doesn't die, and unless you're dead. Hades can always find a comeback. Because of those gas graffitis, he's got a lot of opportunities to make that work here. As the gas graffitis will take down this guard tower, go after the town center yet again. Ulysses is going to have to pump out more mercenary over here as well. But the thing is, if Ulysses gets out his Titan, surely Magic also goes for a Titan here as well. Is he still building Colossus? No, he's not. So he's got 3 villages on that temple there, trying to get himself the favor to get a Titan gate out here to defend. But, I mean, does he even need to is the other question. Probably. Probably should be a good idea there. As looks like the villager was taken out over here. No, he's got himself a whole bunch of hoplites to come in and try and support on this position here. Getting himself champion hoplites as well. Archery rangers coming in. Another option here would be in stables and make prodromus here. Prodromus are actually really good against mercenary cavalry. Obviously not very good at doing anything else, but would be able to protect those gas graffitis on the front. As Ulysses is going to spam Spearmen in here. Spearmen are really good at taking out those Heliopolis as well, if there's not a whole bunch of Toxotes to bank them up. As Magic going to try and sneak through here with the villagers, but a mercenary is going to be chasing this one as the villagers are going to try and sneak into this spot here. Ulysses hasn't walled this off and hasn't been able to deal with this at all, as the hoplites are going to be able to take out those mercenaries. He's got a whole bunch of them here, plus he's got those 4 gas graffitis in the bank there as well. Do we see Magic going to the next stage? No, it looks like he produced something. Not sure what he's produced. What a position here for Ulysses. Not only does he want the Titan gate, the Titan, but he wants it immediately. He's going to be giving Magic the opportunity to come and sit here and put pressure onto this Titan gate. This is really, really risky here for Ulysses, because if Magic can secure this position in the slightest here, he's going to be able to take this out here. But he's also pushing into the main base. Gas graffiti look like they're just about to clean up this town center as well. With the hoplites going to be more than enough. We do see the Pharaoh coming in. Easy way to prevent this Pharaoh empowerment here is just to take 1 gas graffiti and target down the Pharaoh. But it looks like he doesn't even need to do that here at the moment, as the town center does end up getting taken down. Great play there by Magic, as the mercenary cavalry still pushing through here. Catapults and the like still coming in as well. All the spearmen going to be coming back, but hoplites are really good against spearmen. It's like, it's not a counter, but the stat efficiency of this hoplite is so much more. 166 HP, 52 armor versus 101 HP, 11 damage, 56 armor. Those hoplites are really, they're winning by a fairly large margin there, as Magic is still trying to push in and get that position onto Ulysses here, as Ulysses rolling forward here with his siege and everything else. A whole bunch of villagers onto this spot as well, as Magic here. He's going to try and get the Titan gate in, but potentially just sacking here, as Ulysses needs to get all of this back and trying to take out this Titan gate on the front here, and the forward town center would be a really nice way to play, moving away from that position as the walls all coming up on this spot. Ulysses can now start pushing in onto this corner as well, as we'll see if that Titan gate is going to be able to come up. Magic going for the very back corner here. He's got himself 50% to catch up here. Walls coming up as well to put a stop to that. Ulysses could also transport ship in onto this location as well, as the gas graffiti is still trying to break through here. The thing is that Ulysses, funnily enough, wait, has his trade route gotten better? No, it's still just 48, because the trade route moves from here to here in a straight line, and the caravans aren't moving in a straight line. So he needs to actually put the market over on this spot here to trade back to this town center for efficiency's sake. But we'll see if Magic can make this one work. He's got so many resources in the bank at the moment here, as the walls coming up to attempt to defend this one here. It looks like the Titan gate of Ulysses is coming through much, much faster than Magic's. So there is a chance for Ulysses' Titan to break through here and get onto this location. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it or not. So Gashafrid is going to take down this guard tower as well. And almost the entirety of Ulysses' base here is dealt with. Magic needs to send some villagers through this transport ship and get over here, try and get this town center back for himself here. But it looks like Magic has to kind of abandon his plan here, as he's not been able to stop that town center. He's got a whole bunch of Toxotes. If these were Gash defeated, it would be a completely different story. But not managing to do so. All the walls are up on this spot. The path blocking will begin straight away here, as Ulysses is going to do his best to try and break through a wall on this spot here. Would not go astray either. Magic not focusing his army as the Titan going to be breaking through, or literally walking through. Achilles also not in just yet, as Magic does get through here in an attempt to stop this Titan from getting in. And now Ulysses probably going to realize he's going to have to make a trade here, as Magic is paying attention, but this will give Ulysses the ability to get his town center back up as the siege tower is breaking through this forward base here. There were villagers on this corner as well, right? No, there's not. I mean, he can push them through the transport ship and try and make that work as well, though. There's a Titan getting absolutely cleaned here. The thing is, though, with Magic getting this Titan up and this Titan over here being so weak already, there is a world where Magic can just push through and completely clean this position up and get that town center back for himself as well. Let's see if that's what he's going to go for. Ulysses can also drop a one. No, he can't. He's got no resources in the bank here. He's got no resources at all in the bank, as the Titan now going to start pushing forward, potentially try and take out the fortress, maybe take out a town center as well as an option there. Where are the rest of Ulysses' units is the big question. He does have some idle units, but not many. It's mostly just all in... I think it's all in trade. Ulysses is literally just trade. Like, how many villages does he have? Let me have a quick look. Where is it? Here, civilian units. He's got 146. 146, as the town center will end up coming down here. But Magic gets his Titan Gate up. He still has this transport ship waiting for him, as he's still trying to put pressure onto the main base over here. And the gate's going to come through. Magic gets his Titan. Going to come over here and try and deal with this. This is already half HP. So this is going to be tough here for Ulysses to defend. He's got a lot of gold here, so he can go for that wonder at any point here in this game. Moving forward, so long as he can get the food income. He's got the gold at the moment. As the villager's going to attempt to get the town center back up, Ulysses' Titan going to be making a bit of a retreat here. I'm not sure where his plan is at the moment, what his plan is at the moment to retreat towards. As Magic is like, how do I escape? I need my Titan away from my walls. Oh, the Titan is a silly beast. Part of the Titan balance is that he doesn't have good pathfinding. That's part of the Titan balance, in my opinion. And by the time this Titan gets over here, it looks like Ulysses' Titan might be done for. Magic's starting to push forward. He's still got a lot of units. He's still got this transport ship. I want to see him get back in on this spot. I want to see him get in on this spot, because this is such a strong location to be attacking. Magic gets his town center back up. Going to be able to spam units out yet again. And he is coming through here to try and defend this, as the siege tower is coming in to try and deal with that one as well. As we see, Magic says, I'm just going to attack this town center first and foremost. But he does have to remember to actually target down the enemy Titan here. Otherwise, life's going to be a little bit sad. As Ulysses pulling away for the time being. Magic chasing that one down. He's got a micro here. Just kill off the towers. Do something. Don't chase it. No! This is exactly what Ulysses wants here. The time. All he's asking for is time here. And Magic is giving it to him. Already down 500 HP. As the fortress is back up over on this spot. Gash Defeat is going to push in to try and take down that hometown center yet again. As Magic here pushing forward, we do see a whole bunch of Haspis attacking this trade route. Not going to be doing all too much damage there. As Magic just says, "All right, I don't care. We're not gonna deal with you. I'm gonna go after the trade route here. Surely you go after a town center. Just come in and kill this off. No? Okay, now he's gonna go. So the Titan is like, all right, I'm gonna come and deal with you." Ulysses is getting this point really choked up here with all his buildings and everything. As the main town center about to be under pressure here. We do see a whole bunch of units coming through as well for Magic on that spot there. Magic with lots and lots of population space here, not using all of it at the moment. Kills off the town center, kills off the Pharaoh. A couple of those siege towers there to take out the Titan as well. Is the Titan going to move over and try and take out this town center to boot? Just happily retreating away for the time being from those siege towers. As Ulysses, though, he is still putting pressure on. He's got the walls almost set up here. All he needs to do is send some villagers forward, which he is doing. And Magic might not be ready to defend against that. It's the town center getting pushed back up, but built back up there. But we do see the Titan coming up onto this spot here as Magic comes through with that, as he's still building those gas defeaters to take out those big buildings. A lighthouse coming down as well to give that line of sight on this spot to ensure he sees anything coming through. The transport ship's still sitting there idle, unfortunately, for Magic, as the town center going to get taken down over here. This Titan trying to come over and get involved, as Magic needs to just turn around and take this fight here, as he does decide, all right, I will turn around and take it. And once the fighting starts, you can't really retreat, is the general consensus. That's the town center back up in the main base as well. We do have all those gas defeater in, going to start taking down this forward base here as well. Not a whole lot of units here for Ulysses, but Ulysses, he's still trying to break through here. We've got towers coming up. The Heliopolis is here with the Hippocon to try and deal with this one. As Magic breaks through those siege towers, pushing back, going to try and stop that town center from getting up. If he can kill off 2 town centers, then he's in a good spot. The thing is now, Ulysses, he's going to have himself, though he has lost some houses, he's going to have himself that 20 population back from losing his Titan. And Magic here, he's going to attempt to push up and deal with this market at the top. I don't think that's a good idea. If you're going to, I mean, kill off this town center, kill off this town center. If you think the market is good over there, we'll be seeing the town center coming back up as some priests coming in here. Now the gas defeaters have cleaned up everything over on that spot there. The village is getting cleaned up there as well, as the Heliopolis can clean up the siege buildings there. Towers getting taken out on this spot. Magic needs to come in and get towers set up over here as well. Is Magic still floating a ton of resources? Kind of. He's just about out of wood. This is the only wood line he's got. He could push in and try and grab this position as well. As the town center here. Will it get denied? You have to stop it. Magic, pay attention. And that just allows Ulysses to go back up to 192 population here, which is not what he needs. So the town center here getting repaired back up. Mercenary cavalry still getting spammed out in an attempt to hold here. As the town center will fall, but Ulysses here is slowly dispatching with that Titan. Meanwhile, on this spot over here, Hoplites coming in. Still has, nope, has nothing left on that spot. Still has the transport ship, so he can still put some villagers through and get rebuilt on that bottom location there as well. I mean, Ulysses could do the same thing. Transport ship in here, break through these walls, get onto the trade route. Would be a really good play here, but instead he's going in on this spot, which is going to be basically equally as good, though, I guess. As now the Titan retreating away from the spot, trying to get away from those priests into the main town center here, as well as Hoplite still, unfortunately, on auto queue there, it seems, for Magic. And Ulysses now, he's got lots and lots of resources. He can't put a wonder down until he cleans up the Titan, but then I imagine that's going to be his option basically immediately there, as the siege tower is rolling through here to try and take out the Titan. We do have an attempt here to retreat back. If he can just come in and kill off this main town center, this is all that matters. Get this town center back. He's going to retreat back here and attempt to kill that spot. Ulysses has got so many buildings here, so many towers coming through. As the gas defeater is coming back in, Colossus still being built here by Magic. Another option for Magic would be to go for a wonder now as well with his own Titan out. He's got so many resources in the bank, he can probably make it work. There's a mummy immediately in there to deal with that Colossus. Nice play from Ulysses. Great awareness there. Does he have the mummies on auto queue or something? He's making some Scorpion Men for some reason, as this town center on the front will get taken out. The Gash Defeater's over here slowly cleaning up those baluster towers there as well. As the Titan going to continue to break through here and try and clean up all these buildings that have been so meticulously built. So much effort in dealing with those. And can Magic fight his way back here in this game? Taking out those towers, take out this town center and everything else. We will see the Titan getting cleaned up there as the villagers going to attempt to get that town center back up. Magic retreating up on this spot here. Try and come over onto this town center there as well. Let's see if he can come in with this one. Going to break down these walls. He's still got 1,000 HP left. Probably enough to control this location, especially once once the Titan falls. He'll have a lot more population to play with. Plus, he can utilize those Toxotes to take out all those priests that Ulysses has built here, and the Hippocon as well to take out those siege towers to boot. There's a lot of population being spent here to try and deal with that Titan. Ulysses trying to get this town center back up. A couple of hoplites going to come in and deal with that a little bit here, but it's getting close to being finished here. Any attempt at getting a Colossus through here would go very, very nicely as the Titan comes in. Got to take out those baluster towers and everything else on this front here. Where is he going with it, though? Hoplite's still attacking this Migdol stronghold on the bottom here. Still being annoying. The town center just about back up. This Titan here has managed to do a little bit of a ring around the rosy here, going back into the main base. I'm surprised to see Magic not focusing a little bit more on just cleaning this up here, because if he does, he can just get in here, and getting a third town center as Hades here is basically game one. Magic is playing as if his Titan's got Mythic Rejuvenation. It doesn't. It's not going to be able to heal back up. But we will see the Titan coming back into the main base, cleaning up a house. Some priests still in hot pursuit here, as I think this Titan will get taken out by the time this town center goes down, or not. I'm not sure. Wait, where's he going? He's trying... Basically, I think Magic is just trying to pull all of that population away from this town center so he can clean it up with his own human units here and potentially kill off the town center on the back. This is a really, really interesting way to play this. The problem is that there's just these baluster towers which are doing so much damage on the front here. I'm surprised to see Magic still building Hippocon in this game as well. As the priests do manage to come forward, Titan will get taken out. Does he have funeral rites as well? Yep. So that Titan is going to go down very, very quickly. Villagers are attempting to rebuild this one with the attempt to keep it alive. It's going to be really close here, actually. 500 HP remaining, and it does look like the town center will end up falling. But on the front here, will this one get up? The Pharaoh helping rebuild this one as well. What's Magic doing here with his army? Meanwhile, on the top here, still having to deal with this pressure to target down the... the trade route here. He does manage to take down the walls, but that'll get rebuilt very, very quickly there as the Titan does end up falling. And Ulysses has survived that, but he's on 2 town centers for the time being, trying to skyrocket these town centers back up as fast as he possibly can. And Magic is just not on it at this very moment here. Ulysses gets his town centers back up, and after that 20-minute scramble with the 2 Titans there, it looks like Ulysses is back in the position he once was in before, and going to continue to put pressure over here onto this spot. Fortress on this or something, buildings to help defend there would not go astray. Trying to put pressure onto those on those donkey caravans. It's not really going to be doing all too much. We do see the archers back in here on this spot here. The thing is, Magic's got not very many villagers here. In fact, he's only got 13, 9, 20, 22 villagers or something at the moment currently gathering. Not sure if he's got a whole bunch building or not, but all of the population here is just in units, in military. So he's actually got a decent amount of military here. So Ulysses has to actually delete those priests here and get himself some units worth a damn at the moment, because they're not going to be helping out all too much as the Gash Defeater is still taking this town center down with the Pharaoh empowering. Again, all you got to do is target that down with the unit, but it's in a good spot here on the back. So it's going to be a little bit challenging to kill that one off as the mummy does get taken out there. While pushing up to the top side here, the Spearmen going to be taking out those Toxotes and everything else over there as best as they can. As Siege Towers rolling through, going to attempt to take out the Heliopolis here as well. And in the end, will this town center fall or not is the big question. 300 HP remaining as Magic is desperately trying to kill it yet again here. Ulysses is still floating very, very close to zero. Very close to zero resources, but he's floating 192 population consistently here. So he's doing a good job of producing those units. Siege Tower's all out here, and it looks like the town center will survive another day here. As what else is Ulysses trying to do in this game? I don't see anything. Magic still has this transport ship ready to go into this spot, but no attempt where that's concerned. It's the Colossus survives the mummy special attack there, but then falls afterwards. You can survive a mummy special attack by eating a tree or eating a gold mine, because it sets it to 0 HP, but the HP is recovering so fast that by the time it comes through, it's already recovered back up above 0 HP. It's weird. Don't ask me how it works. I don't really know. Technically, the Colossus should die. It's technically a bug, but it's kind of a nice bug. It's one of those bugs we like, because it's fun. And Ulysses still pushing in. He does have the mummy visor, and this is a pretty rare technology. It's not very good, that's why it's rare, but when you're in the late game, may as well get all of your upgrades. And now it looks like Magic, no resources left in the bank, no wood here in the bank either. He does basically just have trade caravans, so he can buy wood for eternity here, but he needs to make even more trade to make that happen. And it looks like Ulysses is finally starting to be able to push in on this location yet again. And he will be able to continue building these towers. Still spamming out Mercenary to push in here and get some towers in on this spot. And Magic, I'm not sure. He's not really trying to do anything anymore. We've got a Siege Tower rolling through here to clean up those military academies as well. And we do see finally Magic going for a villager raid here, or side build, but with 9 gold in the bank and not much, 9 wood in the bank and not much gold there either. It's going to be a tough one. Oh, kill the scorpion, man. He's not paying attention. I don't think that building Perseus here is really worth it. The only real reason to build Perseus is to kill off Colossus, Fire Giant, maybe a Frost Giant, maybe an Avenger. But Mummies, probably just build Chiron or Achilles here, I think is completely fine. So villagers do make it through. They will be grabbing the wood on this spot. And now finally we see Ulysses coming in to start trying to grab himself a decent trade route here. And that's really going to change Ulysses' economy here in this game. As Magic does manage to push him back for the time being. The Siege Tower does get taken out over here as well. How long does it take to kill off a fortified gate here for the villagers? Quite a long time. He's still building trade caravans. He's like, I don't have enough. 160 trade caravans. Wait, how many does he have, do you reckon? Take your guesses. It's definitely more than 30. 30? And then maybe another 30? Maybe 60? As the Siege Tower's retreating back. And Ulysses here in a little bit of he's not in trouble. Magic is in trouble, but he's not able to make this push happen just yet, as he's in a bit of a standstill. But once he gets through onto this spot here with some with the markets in, life's going to be very, very good for him, gold-wise. And Magic here is running out of kind of options at the moment. Still bringing villagers over onto this wood to try and chop that down. A cheeky wall here wouldn't go astray either, as well as another wall down the bottom. As the hoplites have managed to clean up the villager shanking duties over here. In this position, we do see Magic attempting a dock, attempting some sort of a raid over here, getting some ballista ships out, some siege ships out here with naval auxiliaries is enough to take out these ballista towers and try and take out the market there as well. As the hoplites are trying to make a little bit of a raid around here to clean up this position. With all those ballista towers, they're going to get taken out really, really quickly there. As the ballista towers taking out those Hippocon, we got the gas defeaters going to clean up the buildings here yet again. The other thing that Ulysses could do is just build a market here. That would work. Oh. Transport ship. What's the plan? He does have some wood in the back now, so he can make this happen. In tower, maybe. I don't know. Are you seeing a push back in on this spot yet again? Yep, Spearman coming through here. Is Ulysses building himself siege? Getting some siege towers out to try and break through this spot. If you can, it's very, very challenging to make that work. So the market gets deleted. Oh, finally, the trade route is going to the more efficient spot. We'll see how much gold he's able to get going from over here to over here. Now, there is a dock already up, so Magic has got an option of getting some siege ships in to clean up the market, but he's not going to know it's there just yet as the gas defeat is sitting this position yet again. It only took 57 minutes for Ulysses to work out that this is the option. Oh, but walls coming through here for Magic. Magic is never ending with his pressure. How does he do it? Finally, Ulysses can come around here though. His trade is not dead. It's not that slowed down either, in all honesty. In fact, I don't think it's slowed down at all. I think this is a natural position, route for them to go. Tower's coming up here as well. Siege tower is ready to be popping out, but with 99%, it will not come down very quickly. Town center over here getting harassed. While that's happening, Magic is the king of deathmatch, it seems, in this game. As the town center here will go down. Ulysses is out of gold for this hot second, loses the town center. Magic going to be able to break through these ballista towers as well. As we see the mercenary cavalry going to clean up these villages here. As the wall's up over here as well. He needs to get one more wall up to deal with this, but towers are up. No boiling oil in for Magic, so the villagers can take that down fairly easily there. As the town center going to be shooting back up yet again. Magic not paying attention on the town center yet again as Ulysses does manage to finish it up. But picking off that town center will stop the trade route. Oh, no, it doesn't. The trade route's going to here, so that's fine. I imagine he will have himself a full gold camel caravan coming through here very, very quickly. Let's see what it's going to be. As Magic pulling back here yet again. Full gold caravan. No, that's 13. 74. 69. 73. 68. 19. 18. 89. 89 gold. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Also, villagers coming back up into the corner here for Ulysses. Breaking up the military academy. Villagers sneaking through yet again to try and get these walls up here. So this is really Magic's only opportunity here. And Ulysses has got lots of options to defend against this. Just getting a wall down to the side here is a good idea. Getting lots of walls down on that corner. We even see an attempted wall over here as Magic gets up some archery ranges in this corner here as well. Ulysses is still floating 0 resources in this game. He is really riding the line of economy here very, very finely. Obviously spending his resources and his income that he's getting incredibly quickly. As it looks like Ulysses here is going to pull back. So trying to get himself all sorted out. Villagers over here not going to be able to deal with these siege towers, it seems. The siege towers actually get a little bit of damage done onto those villagers as well. They're doing about 3 damage a second versus the villagers. Are these Gashafides considered siege? No, they're not, right? The spearmen don't get their bonus against them. I don't think they do at the very least. Little cheeky champion Hippocon raid coming through. Going to attempt to take out those siege towers and everything else as the fortress fortified gate going to get taken down. We do see some military academies getting placed down here by Magic as he sneaks through with a villager here. The siege tower going to break down the walls on that corner there as well, as Ulysses is finally controlling all of his map. But not only that, now he's got himself a trade route. He throws the wonder down and he says, come and get me, Magic. Come and get me. Villagers coming over. You can also put a pharaoh on that to empower it up nice and quickly here. Magic, on the other hand, here, no favor in the bank. No favor income either. Lots of resources, but not going to be able to make that happen. As the Hoplight's going to come over, try and clean up those laborers there. The wall's going to get broken down. Wall's coming up for Ulysses as well in an attempt to defend his position here. As Ulysses holding on this front with just not, he's really done a great job of not dying here in this game and just maintaining his map control. As Magic is just attacking every little weakness in this position here. With this many villagers on the Wonder, I think Ulysses is going to get this one up. Does lose a house somewhere along the lines here, but wall's almost up. There is a position through here that Magic can make his way in on. As the Hoplites do manage to take down these villagers here. Magic going to keep his villagers alive. He needs to get those walls back up as the walls have been broken down. Ulysses can get a market on that spot, but he really doesn't need to. Surely Magic realizes this is where the market, well, he does know that that's where the market is. Any attempt at a siege ship? No. Nothing happening up the top there either. Do see some Gash Defeaties coming in on this spot here to attempt to maybe attack this town center down the bottom here. And now Ulysses, as well as getting himself this wonder up with all of these villagers, Pharaoh sitting idle can empower that one. He is also pushing on the front here as Magic has spread himself too thin, it seems. So siege towers are going to come in, break down the fortress here, break down the town center as well. Everything is just continuing to motor ahead here for Ulysses, as you have to assume his gold is about to pop up really, really heavily here. Still coming in on that trade route as well. Villagers managed to sneak in, but the wonder is now up. 10 minutes from now, game over for Magic if he can't manage to break through here. And while this is all going on, we are still seeing Ulysses attempting to get these walls through here, but with Gash Defeaties coming in to put a stop to this. I mean, whoop, up. Lots and lots of idle caravans here now as Magic has got in on this spot with the walls yet again. Any attempt at getting a wall up over there would be absolutely huge. But then again, a market down the bottom corner would be great for Ulysses as well. As Ulysses has to pull back. He's down. He doesn't have the gold here to pump out mercenary or units. In actuality, he's really falling. He's dropping very quickly on the population here as well. Nice play from Magic here. Ulysses, did he delete all those? I'm not sure. Siege Tower breaks down those things here. One thing that's really, really important when you get in these spots, especially when you got no gold, is to not send a fully loaded camel caravan back to the town center. You grab those, you right-click onto the market, and then you shift-click back to your town center. That's the secret to fixing problems with a trade route. Obviously, if your trade caravan has got nothing in it, you send it to the town center, but yes, that's the secret there. There's a Heliopolis pushing in, going to try and take out these ballista towers yet again. Ulysses still pushing in onto this location down the up the top side of the map. Is he building mercenary up there? No, just going to be pumping units up there. He's got the gold as well to come in on this spot here, breaking down the mining camps here as well. Going to be pushing up to the top markets here to take those down. Cleaning up of this top position with those villagers, shanking down those Gash Defeat. He's going to take out the archery range to boot there as well. As Ulysses gets in on this spot with a Migdol stronghold to take out this potential weakness, or this weakness that he's got in his base there, and that's going to put a stop to Magic's shenanigans here. As the Heliopolis Retreats back up on the top here. Villagers coming up here to try and hold on, but the market's going to be going down very quickly to these siege towers. With siege engineers, even an architect market here goes down really quickly, taking that out. Magic's still got 5,500 gold in the bank, so it's not like this matters that much immediately, but this is going to be a help at the very least here. I can't believe Ulysses has not won this game yet. He's just... But one thing that he's doing here is he doesn't need to win because he's got this wonder up. There's a mercenary cavalry going to get taken down as well. Gash Graffiti's cleaning everything up on this spot. But how... I mean, what can Magic do to snipe this? Potentially transport ship through this location to come in and try and snipe the Wonder with a whole bunch of Heliopoli. It's pretty unlikely that that's going to be working for him. As we do see the siege. The siege towers are quite quick here, actually. 3.48 speed. Managed to get away from the villagers here as he's going to come in and shank these down. Picks one off. Goes for the second one. Going to get that market back up. One thing that Magic is not really doing all too well here is getting towers up on this spot. How do you push Egyptian? Well, Egyptian has got mercenary. Mercenary costs no population. The answer to mercenary are towers. They also cost no population. So he needs towers up here, but they're obviously also catapult coming through for Ulysses, continuously taking out those buildings and everything. But this is the thing that I think Magic is missing in this game, is just getting towers up on the mercenary spammed location. Does he have himself... He doesn't. There's this upgrade called Beast Slayer available in the fortress, which gives your unique Greek units, the Gash Graffiti, Myrmidon, Tyroi, bonus damage versus myth units, which Magic has not grabbed in this game either. And we do see an attempt to push back onto this spot yet again here, but Ulysses is already in here with the defense. Put up some Migdols here as well if he so chooses. Some villagers getting taken down will give Ulysses some more population to use here in this game. If he's got 2 pharaohs at the moment, which I think he does, he probably should have 1 pharaoh on the town center. I'm pretty sure empowering a town center pushes those mercenary cavalry out a little bit quicker. The spearmen coming back through, going to attempt to break through here. Military academies coming up for Magic as well. Magic does have his side build yet again. Going to attempt to take down the Migdol stronghold and break through here. Ulysses has found a gold mine. Why not mine the gold mine? The village, I'm pretty sure these trade caravans are more efficient than the... Oh, not quite. Maybe they're very similar, actually, at 92 gold. Not 100% sure. But Ulysses retreats back. He's not really putting... He's only really attacking the one location here. So you see a pharaoh. What are you doing over here? Going to come through in an attempt to get onto this market. There's the walls coming up here as well, but this Migdol stronghold will get taken out. I don't think Ulysses needs to improve his trade route anymore. He's got plenty of gold. And he's also just spamming the gold out with reckless abandon, like putting up 5 towers here, 6 towers here in one go. It's a lot of gold. Pumping out those mercenary cavalry here. He could pump mercenary cavalry from this town center and mercenary infantry from this town center as another option to get all of them out at once. What else can Magic do? I mean, still pushing through this spot would be a good idea. We do see a transport ship here for Ulysses as well if he wants to use it. Random Pharaoh on this spot as well. What are you doing there, Mr. Pharaoh? As it kind of looks like Magic is... Oh no, he's still trying to put some pressure on to these top positions here, but it kind of looks like Magic has lost his will to put... No, there's that temple. He's still going for it. The 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining on the Wonder. That's the mercenary cavalry still breaking through here as well. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Man, Ulysses has just got this position completely on lock now. Over here, we are seeing the push happening, but how fast can Magic realistically be and hold on the front with all these towers coming down in his face, with all these mercenary coming in his face? I don't think there's much else he can do. And this is really, funnily enough, this is all stemming from that early stage of the game where Magic fought the Ancestors Eclipse here and gave Ulysses all of that momentum. He could have retreated. He could have had all of that, all those units available to him with better stats because he didn't have to rebuild them. And he's been playing from this position, from being behind for the entirety of this game. Imagine if he wasn't. I mean, he would be way, way, way in front here. And the game would have finished like 25 minutes into the game, I reckon, if he didn't take that terrible fight here. But instead, Magic's found himself in this spot where he's down 2 to 4 towns, and he's got to wander at the back of the Egyptian player's base. He's got a long road ahead of him to break through there. Plus, he's got this huge army at his gate here that he just can't really stop the push happening here. The towers are just coming up they're coming up slowly with this many villages here, but as they come up, the Gashtafides, basically at the moment, they have to be targeting down the Bowser towers, which then even allows the units to push even harder in front here, as the Gashtafides on the front here getting taken down by Mercenary. Magic still doesn't have himself upgraded Colossus here either. I guess he feels like there's no point in it because mummies are just going to be able to take them out. Do you have a mummy queued up? There is one somewhere here. I hear it. There it is. Pull that one in to take that out at any point there as well. And now Magic's also running out of resources to boot here. He's got 7 villagers on wood. He's got 4 villagers on food. And there we go. 50 seconds remaining on the Wonder. Magic does decide to throw in the towel at that point. A solid game here from both players. Ulysses, great holds here. A lot to really learn from this game, especially in terms of like how you can attack through these bottom locations on Watering Hole and everything that happens there, and potentially also just walls on between these shores here. Not enough. You have to start thinking about walling over here, and a lot more. You can see how Magic has done it as he's walled all the way up from this bottom spot here to this lake. Obviously, there is a little bit of an opening here. If Ulysses had noticed, he could have pushed in here and caused some problems. But lots to learn here. Really, really good game. Well played by Ulysses, showing that, the level that our top players have is really, really high. Magic is a pro gamer. He plays professional Age of Empires 4 and has had some incredibly good results in that sphere. And Ulysses shows how good he is as well. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.